Okay guys, welcome back to Builds Not Projects. My name is Spencer. I'm going to be working on the Honda Odyssey build in this video. If you have not seen the other previous 6 videos, please go check them out. I will put a link. Thanks for watching, and please hit that like and subscribe button. Okay guys, so in today's video I'm going to get started working on building a brake pedal assembly that's going to go right down here in the footwell area. It's going to come through the backside. I need to pull this skid plate off so I can kind of see what I'm working with back there, but it looks like there's going to be enough room in between to build that and put the master cylinder underneath the floor. So I'm going to get started doing that so I can get the brakes plumbed in and get on the way to a test drive. Okay guys, so that skid plate's off and I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this piece of 1.5 inch round tubing, 1/8 inch wall, and what I'm going to do is this is 1.25 inch outside diameter and this is 1.25 inch inside diameter, so I'm going to slip this over. So I'm going to just cut here and cut here, cut that center section out, slip this piece of pipe over the top, weld that pipe back in, and then I can build my brake pedal assembly off of this. So I'll put some little retainers and stuff in to make sure that this stays where it's supposed to be, but that's what I'm gonna do there. Gonna get that put in, and then once that's in, then I can weld to this thing to get the bottom lever to push on the master, and then I can get the top lever to push on with your foot. This way, if I put this large of a chunk in, I don't need this large of a chunk right now, but if I do it this way for now, if I ever get front brakes on this thing, I can add a second master cylinder next to it. So that's the plan for now. We'll get started cutting that up and getting the new one put on. Okay, so I'm using my Rogue Fab Versa Notcher to notch out this plate that I got. I'm building 2 7-inch long pieces to use for the brake pedal arm, and then I'm gonna notch out some of the smaller flat stock to use for the little pusher arm for the master cylinder. So get those notched and be on the way. Okay guys, so it's a new day here. Last night I got the sleeve welded in. I got the tab for the master cylinder done and mounted, and then I got the pedal portion up here. I got the pedal started, so I think I'm gonna have to do a little plate across, probably across here and probably down as well, kind of conform to the same angle as that. So I'll build that today too. So I'm gonna get started building that, and I need to get the master cylinder mounted. So we'll get the master cylinder mounted down under here somewhere, and then get the brake pedal pad done as well. Alrighty, so I've got the master cylinder mounted. I ran a hose out and then up and around here. I'm going to mount the master cylinder up here, I think, right in here somewhere. And then, or the reservoir, not the master cylinder. So I've got all the pedal, all the linkage hooked up to the master there. And then what I'm going to do is I need to pull this hose either off or just kind of pull it around. What I'm going to do is I've got a fitting to attach to this end, but I didn't have quite the right one, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just silver solder it on and then attach my solid hose into the other side, and then I'll run my brake line, the solid line, I'll run it down back along the rail somewhere back to the T-fitting, and then the brakes will be hooked up. I still need to build the front side of the pedal for your foot to push on, but it's not that big of a deal. What I did is I drilled a couple holes to easily bolt the master cylinder on and off and get that banjo bolt on and off easily to get the line off. So that stuff's ready to go. We're gonna get the I'm gonna get the lines built now, and then we'll have brakes. Alrighty, so all the brake lines are ran now. They run underneath the frame up until here, and then they come through, and then they run back. So all the brake lines are done, and then now I'm gonna try to start getting stuff bled out. So I mounted the reservoir here, and so we're going to start trying to get this stuff bled out, see how it goes. Hopefully I can get it to bleed fairly easily. Okay guys, after about an hour of bleeding brakes, I finally got them all bled out. These are a pain to bleed just because the way the lines and stuff are set up, and the master cylinder is below the calipers, so it was just kind of a pain, but finally got some brakes. So I'm gonna build the rest of the pedal now. So I'm gonna build the little push pad for the pedal and get it welded on. Okay guys, so I got this Eastwood mini metal saw. I'm gonna give it a try, see how it works. I'm gonna be cutting this piece of diamond plate for the brake pedal. So I'm gonna unbox this saw and see how it works. Okay, so I got the line scribed on there where I want to cut. I'm gonna try this thing out. So basically it's just a little like 4.5 inch circular saw made for cutting metal. So we'll see how it does. I'm hoping that I can use it for cutting sheet metal and stuff like this, and maybe plate and whatever too, but we'll try it out. Alrighty guys, that worked surprisingly well. I'm actually really impressed. I wasn't sure how well it was going to cut, but it cuts really fast. really fast, really smooth, doesn't try to kick back or anything. You get a nice clean cut. Okay guys, so the brakes are finally done. I just cut that piece of diamond plate 5 inches wide and slapped it on there, so all of that stuff works now. I'm gonna get started on getting the carbs pulled off and get the carb kits put in quick so I can get them to quit leaking fuel, because one's got a needle and seat that won't seal. Okay guys, so I just got done building this bracket to hold the air box. What I did is I just bent this piece of flat stock, drilled a couple holes in it to catch each side there, brought it down around the back side, and then welded it to a little piece of angle iron that is bolted to the frame back in there. So that's what we got. Those are just screws. I drilled the frame, and then put very coarse threaded screws in that are kind of similar to a self tapper, but without the self tapping portion of it. So there's that bracket now holding the air box on, nice and solid. It doesn't move at all. It's not even clamped to the carbs, and it doesn't move. So we're getting there. The carbs are all fully cleaned out. New O-rings and needles. They are plastic floats as well as plastic seats. So they're all sealing up right now. There's gas in it and it's all sealed up. So now I can move on to building the harness. So we'll start getting that harness built. And then there will be a test drive here in the near future.